Hello everybody, it's D1 here in today's video. I was going to talk about something today. Kind of a DC comic related thing today. What I was going to talk about, I am a huge fan of DC comic and that type of genre of characters. Batman's my favorite character of that universe. I even like all the characters the same. I think one of the things though I don't quite understand when it comes to DC comic and their movies, because the way that their movies are, the way that they're going about how they're doing all this, it's horrible. What I can understand is, out of all the DC comic animated movies that they've made, or even some of the series ones, why hasn't Warner Brothers ever decided to make live action movies out of those? Most of those have great stories. I mean, there's 15 Batman animated movies that they've made? Not to mention 2 or 3 animated ones. You got your Batman animated series. You got your Adventures of Batman. Your Batman and Robin. The Adventures of Batman and Robin animated series. I think that's how that one goes. And then you have your Batman Beyond one, of course. Which I think they're working on doing a movie of that, and I kind of hope they do well with that and not screw it up. There's also other animation movies they could do too, like the new DC 52 series ones they had, the one that have 16 movies that connect to their universe, starting with the Flashpoint Paradox movie. See, I think the Flashpoint Paradox one, they should have looked at that, because most of those animated ones. Most of those ones are comic accurate, I would say. Pretty close to it anyways. Better than the live action movies have tried to anyway. I know the movies, they don't really go 100% by the comic like they should, but I really think Marvel does a better job with it than DC, I hate to say. What I think DC should do is look at some of these animated movies. If not, have HBO Max look at them. You can make live action movies out of some of those movies. Most of those have good stories. You can definitely do the Justice League War movie. You can definitely do a movie based off of that. You already have 7 of the characters. It'd be kind of cool if they'd actually, Warner Bros. Actually did that, did it in that correct, did it in that form. I would love it if they did it that way. You got Batman, you got Superman, you got Wonder Woman, you got your Flash, you got Green Lantern, Cyborg, and then you got Shazam in it, which was awesome. And then later on, throughout the series, which was just like Third of Atlantis, then you had Aquaman who came to the team later, on the next one. So it was literally they really could have done an accurate Just League version of that, and it would have been fine. I really think if we're gonna do DC movies, I really think they should have looked at those. Why have they not done it? That's a good question. But the new DC 52 series movie ones you could have done, those are all connected, starting with the Flashpoint Paradox. Not to mention, there's a couple other Batman animated classic ones you could have done. There's the Batman Mask of Phantasm one you could have done, which is a great animated film, great story, and classic for a lot of people that have seen that movie. The next one to that is Sub-Zero, the Mr. Freeze movie. That would have been really good storyline too. I think the thing is, I don't know what goes on in their heads over there, but if they would actually look at these animated movies, or somebody that loves these movies, try making those out of live action movies. They're good stories, and two, most of the characters are in most of those. What else did you? Oh yeah, you even had one that was called Mystery of the Batwoman. Now I know that wasn't everybody's favorite animated one, but it was a very interesting story. Even though there was 3 different Batwomen that were running around in it, I think it would have made a pretty good concept story, and I think it would have been pretty cool to have that character, and then you already had Robin in it, so it would have been an interesting concept story, and then Penguin would have been the villain in that one, of course. But I thought Penguin and Bane, actually. Bane, I know Bane's in that one too. I can't forget about him. But it would have been a pretty decent storyline, and I think that's what they should have done with that. What else is there? I mean, there's been a couple of Green Lantern animation ones. I know there's been animated. I think there's been a couple of different animated movies, and I think those ones kind of tried to go based off of the movie, but I don't think those ones did the correct establishment of how it could have been. But I think it would have been pretty well. If they would have done it right, because you had different types of Green Lantern characters that you could have explored story with. You got your Hal Jordan, you got your John Stewart, you got not only do you got John Stewart, but you also got Kyle Rayner. You got Simon Bies. I'm trying to pronounce that last name. Sorry. Then you have your Jessica Cruz character. Any one of those characters would have been nice to make stories out of, and I think those characters would have been amazing, or something to do like a movie out of. I think doing a Green Lantern like team up movie like that would be pretty cool. Or do kind of a story concept based with those 5 characters or something. I forgot that one Green Lantern character that's also in there. It starts with a K. Korg? Was it Norg? Especially, I can't think of that one Green Lantern character, the one that's got like a weird alienish face, but of course they're all alien, but I'm trying to think of that one. I think it's Nord. Korwag or Korg? Something like that. I'm trying to pronounce that name. That character there, they could have done something with, but I don't know. But yeah, there's so many DC animated movies they could have looked into. There's a couple of decent Superman movies too. I do know of. They could have done the Crisis on Infinite Earth movie where you had Owlman, Ultraman, and Superwoman from their timeline battling against Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. That would have been kind of a cool little concept movie there. I would have loved to have seen a movie concept of that. And last but not least, probably one of my favorite Batman movies is Batman Under the Red Hood would have been a pretty good animation live action movie if they would adapt it right, and go by the actual comic, or go by the cartoon, or go by the footage of what the cartoon goes through. That movie there I really enjoy a lot, especially the voice acting in that. The voice acting in that is phenomenal, and especially Jensen Ackles' character for the Red Hood, especially the emotional voice that he did towards Bruce Wayne on, why he doesn't kill. And I think that voice line there was probably one of my favorite lines, because it's going so deep into it, explaining, and it becomes a bit, and it just kind of becomes so understanding about each of these characters, I feel like. But that would have been a nice one if they could have done it right with that. I think it'd be kind of cool if they did a Wonder Woman movie, but I can't think of what. I haven't really seen too many Wonder Woman movies, but the one I've kind of seen was Wonder Woman Bloodlines. Yes, there's a lot of villains in that, but I think it'd be kind of cool if they would have, Medusa in that. The woman fights off in the end of it. I think it'd be kind of cool if they would have that as a villain in a movie like that. Have Gal's Wonder Woman live action that character fight off Medusa. I think that'd be so amazing if that actually happened. But yeah, there's so many animation ones that they could have looked into to make live action that could have worked, and they're kind of their own story, they're kind of their own atmosphere, and I think it would have made a lot more people happier and not so irritated with the direction and the flop it's become. And personally, I think they need to figure out something, because I don't think it's going to look well later. So, but I think Warner Brothers should have looked into the DC animated movies and try to live action some of those. Some of them, like I said, most of those have like great stories. If not, HBO Max, I think it would be a nice one to look into it. But I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to talk about like what I think about DC topics and stuff Post a comment in the section below of what you think, what DC animation movie you'd like to see live actioned, and what story would you like to see them adapt and done correctly. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. As always, I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.